kiss you.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah! You want to run or you want to duck down? You want to duck, just go over and get onto the bench and stay there.
You play to win the game.
My message for the fans, we're all frustrated with where we are right now.
Jets, Jets.
Jets, there we go, everybody. Welcome back to the Thursday Think of It, where we talk about the worst team in professional sports in a jovial manner. We have our fun, and we've realized that Jets fans have an amazing capacity to create quite the extensive list of coping mechanisms, because without it, we'd be utterly miserable and devastated. So here we are, Gunny. How you doing tonight, my friend?
The season is over. Like, in all actuality, I've been saying it nonstop. It's the time of year where us as New York Jets fans get to actually enjoy football the most, because now our imaginations can run free. We can go ahead and hope and believe in what this team can be. We'll most likely win the offseason, because that's what we do, offseason champions. And we get to actually enjoy football a little bit more in the offseason before the season gets here, and then we start going back on hope and dreams. And hopefully we don't have to get that despair aspect coming back to us.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. This is the best time of year for Jets fans, where we get to, do things. A lot of times the Jets are very exciting in the offseason, whether that's, having a high draft pick or spending a lot of money in free agency or whatever it might be. Last year, the big one was Aaron Rodgers. We were able to procure Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Fame quarterback, via trade with the Green Bay Packers. Now, in hindsight, who could have imagined that we would get 4 plays and they would get a playoff quarterback? But hey, at the time, very, very exciting. The season, Gunny, it just doesn't seem to work out for us Jets fans. It's one of those things where we just don't seem to get very much out of the season itself. But I'll tell you, the offseason, the place to be for Jets fans. Let's say hello to a lot of these folks in here. We got Dakota coming in first. He says 17-3, 1-0 in 2024. Now, I see a lot of you guys, Dakota, hanging your hat on that. I will let you guys know that we have been 1-0 in the year, before, because we like to win the last game of the year. It's a Jets trait. Now, again, I've let go of the whole draft pick thing, but it's a funny, consistent thing. The Jets like to win that last game or two. I got something in my nose. I don't know what the hell is bothering the hell out of me. It's like a loose hair or something. I don't know. But it's tickling me. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, Gunny. But it's like, it's one of those things. And famously, I remember the Herm Edwards speech. One of Herm Edwards' last speeches, if not his last speech as a Jet, he said, "We're 1-0 in this year, baby." And then the Jets went and traded him to the Chiefs. So it's happened before. And this is one of those things. We talk about it all the time, Dakota. The Jets suck, right? No questions about it. We have our moments, right? We've had our fun, but it's fewer and farther between than most organizations. We get 2009 and 10, and then we get, 13 years of complete ineptitude. Well, we get 2015, but we're 10-6, but don't make the playoffs. That kind of stuff. But it's like we have sucked forever, and we have not had the number 1 pick in 26 years, because we like to win this last game. It's just what we do. Doesn't matter. Robert Salah, Todd Bowles, Herm Edwards, Rex Ryan. Doesn't matter who the hell it is. We love to win when it doesn't mean anything. So, hey, here we are. We have the 10th overall pick. We still get a top 10 pick, which is, positive, I guess, once we get to the offseason. But yeah, I'd really love to kind of just suck right. Let's suck right, Dakota. But There we go. So here we go. Who else is in here? Dakota just cleaning up the front end of this thing. Holy shit, Dakota. Look at all these Dakota posts. Oh, Matthias Simon coming in next. Wow, count those posts, buddy. No one else is here. He's talking to Dakota. That's all right. Dakota was just setting up the show. It's good. We love Dakota. Phil Adams is here. They say the first sign of madness is talking to yourself. Everybody having fun with Dakota, it seems. I like it. Vic Hess is here. Lay off the coffee, Dakota. Oh, that's good. BG the Kid checking in. Thank you, buddy. He says, we're going to stick with Salah when Vrabel, Harbaugh, and others are out there. Mike Lombardi said it's like passing up on hiring a great CEO for a major corporation. You know, that's a good segue, BG the Kid, because before the show, this is one of the topics that we wanted to broach. So we'll dig into it a little bit. Before we do, I want to say that I might be a little bit off because just prior to this show, Jeremy, who's supposed to be my friend, invited me onto the Brooklyn Brothers food review channel with his brothers. And we did this Last Dab hot sauce, which is arguably, reportedly the hottest hot sauce on the planet right now. I don't know if that's true or not, but we did it. And I'm going to tell you something. It's hot. It's miserably hot. Like for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I was not happy. I was not happy at all. I mean, there was nothing about it that made me happy. Not the flavor, not the thrill, not the nothing. I was just like, this is terrible. So thank you, Jeremy. You're really I owe you one, buddy. I owe you one. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming. You just
coming.
wait.
You just wait, dude. So here we are. We have Robert Salah, who has not been very good, at least as far as record. We have our second offensive coordinator since he's been here, Gunny. And let me just make sure my audio. Yep. Okay. So
my audio. Hopefully I'm coming in clear.
Oh, you sound so good. I tell you what,
Let's
new
go.
mic. Show off the new
Love
mic. Let's see what you got there.
Yeah, I got the new Shure SM7B.
That's right.
This beauty right here.
Yeah, look at that bad boy.
And I got myself a UA Volt 4, which it's connected to, along with the cloud lifter. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never sounded crispier than I do now.
Damn right.
I've heard a dramatic difference on some of my videos utilizing this mic, vice before. I always thought like maybe that might be a bit of hyperbole, but it makes a massive difference. And I see why this is one of the most popular mics right now in podcasting. So I told you I was going to fix it. We saw in the comments there was always issues about me being too low or whatever the case might be. But we good. There
you go. And that's the exact same mic that I have here. And there's a reason for it, like you said.
Yeah.
Good for you, Gunny. Welcome aboard. Welcome.
21st century.
Yeah.
I'm growing. I'm growing.
There it is. Yeah. So good. Yeah. You sound great. So look, we have our second offensive coordinator here. Our defense has been fine, if not, exceptional, since Robert Salah has come here. I think that's a lot of what we're kind of hanging our hat on, where he's concerned. The defense is elite. And if we had an offense to speak of, I think the defense would be even better. A lot of times we just kind of depend on the defense to keep us in these games. And, for the last 2 years, and it's not fair to them, and then we go, oh, they gave up like the Detroit game last year. Oh, the fucking defense gives up. Dude, they held them to nothing the entire game. If the offense could have done anything, and then one blown play and we're all chopping the defense's heads off, it's just not fair. What we hold them to this incredibly high standard. But the whole thing is that Salah has really been able to develop a defense here that we haven't had in many, many years. The best we've had in a long time, if not ever. And, so there's that. But the offense is hot garbage. Now, there's an argument to be made. What's he supposed to do with Zach Wilson and injured tackles and all the stuff that we've seen? So there's that, but I still think that there's a lot to be desired as far as what this team, the expectations and the ability to overcome adversity with this team. I think Salah preaches that, but he's been unable to do that. And even like during games, Salah's known for being highly excitable when things are going well. When things are going poorly, he just stands there. He'll stand there for 3 straight hours without saying, well, barely a word. And like that's, I don't know, that seems like the time where you're supposed to be trying to fix, but he doesn't do that. So where do you stand? I mean, we have this, Mike Vrabel's out there, Bill Belichick's out there, Jim Harbaugh's out there, numerous other guys. Guys, I mean, Vrabel's a great coach. I mean, if you look at what he's done with the Titans, I know it's been disappointing, but damn, man, what he's done since he's been there is impressive. And they just said, hey, we're moving on. He's a get right now, in my opinion. Some team's going to be very, very lucky. How do you feel? I mean, I know we got the Aaron Rodgers. It's like, well, here we are. But would you, seeing what's out there right now, particularly maybe Harbaugh, that's kind of at the top of everybody's list. But like, if you see this opportunity, if you're the guy in charge, are you saying, hey, we were going to run it back with you, but this is too sweet of an opportunity and you take it? Or, where do you stand with this whole thing?
Yeah, no, I want nothing to do with Bill Belichick. I want to make sure I make that clear. I think Bill Belichick is highly overrated. He was who he is because of Tom Brady. He might get a couple, of maybe, AFC championship games with an Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he's that great of a coach. I'm probably in the minority. Plus, I just really hate his guts. So I want nothing to do with Bill. I find joy that the fact that his last game as the Patriots head coach was an L to the New York Jets. I don't care what anybody tells me. That's something that I can go ahead and hold on to because the man made our lives hell. If you've been a part of this freaking fan base since the beginning of his tenure when he smited us in order to go to the Patriots, you know the hate and disdain we have for this guy. So I don't want him. But Vrabel, I was very surprised by that. I was shocked that they decided to go that route and let him go. I think he is one of those coaches that I would rather have in the building. He seems composed. He seems to understand the X's and O's. He adjusts his game plan to the strengths of his team. And this is a guy that we all know is predominantly a defensive mind, but you've seen him get involved in the offensive game plan for his team, focusing primarily on the run. I'll tell you this, I bet no offensive coordinator that works underneath him would not know the value of Bree Hall until week 9. I can guarantee you that. I think Vrabel to me is very, very intriguing, but I'm with you. Harbaugh, I want Harbaugh. I would get rid of everybody. If it meant to get Harbaugh, we had to get rid of Bauer and we had to get rid of Boyer and we had to get rid of freaking Ulbrich. So be it. I would do that in a heartbeat. If it meant he wanted to bring his own staff here, I think Harbaugh is the real deal. I mean, I enjoyed watching Michigan win the freaking the championship. I enjoyed watching the team play football. He's been able to go ahead and do things to where like every bit of the team is successful, whether it's the quarterback, the running backs, the no-name wide receivers, the defense. Everybody seems to get involved. He's able to go ahead and maximize every bit of talent he can get from his roster. And I'm totally on board with cutting bait with everybody in this coaching staff. Even if it meant letting go of Joe Douglas to bring in freaking Harbaugh, I would do it. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to stick with the game plan as Woody made those guys aware that their job was safe. But, man, Harbaugh right now to me, it's the biggest man crush that I currently have right now in all of sports is if he's coming out of Michigan and we're not going to get him. I know we're not going to get him, so I'm preparing myself for disappointment. But I would love to manifest that for some way, somehow, he gets brought into the building. I'm sorry. This coaching staff has left us very little to desire. We haven't seen any success under the Coach Salah regime. And again, I was a huge fan of Salah early on, but at some point or another, I got to sit back and say, I may have been wrong about this guy. He might not be a head coach, might be a great defensive coordinator. So bring me Harbaugh all day.
You know, it's really funny. I don't say this one much. I talk about how I didn't really want Zach Wilson. That's very, very much known. Now, again, I wasn't anti. I said if the Jets' new regime, if this is the guy they feel like is their guy, I fully support it. But I don't really like this guy, and it wouldn't be my pick, right? But another thing is this, and this is less known. I didn't like Salah as a candidate. I didn't hate him as a candidate, but like on that list, I think I wanted the coach, what the hell's his name now? I wanted Fitzpatrick from Northwestern, or I wanted the guy from Iowa State, I think it is. Let me see here. I just got a Iowa State football head coach. Let me see here. Matt Campbell.
There it is.
No.
I was like, I don't know who you're talking about. Campbell.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he said he didn't want to interview for NFL, and that's so he wasn't really on the but the other guy I liked was Greg Roman. Now we never interviewed him either. So that is what it is. But out of the guys that we did interview, my number one was Dable, and I did not want Arthur Smith. So Salah kind of nestled himself in there, but I wasn't really excited by the pick. Again, you know why? And it wasn't so much Salah himself. It was like, here we go with yet another defense. Like we took a shot at offense with Adam Gase. It was a terrible swing. No Jets fan wanted Adam Gase. And I believe that. I think 0 Jets fans had Adam Gase at the top of their list. There were plenty of Jets fans that were justifying it, but nobody wanted Adam Gase. So, we took one piss poor swing into the offensive realm, and then we went right back to defense. And I was bothered by that. I'm like, why don't you just grab Dable? He did a great job with Josh Allen. Buffalo's offense is completely different under his tutelage and his direction. And it's just one of those things, man. It's like, I don't know. Again, I'm not going to go back and kind of beat a dead horse, so to speak, but it's just a funny thing, man. Like with the Jets, like we do the same things over and over. Just like I was talking about before, with like winning at the end of the season. Like once we're mathematically eliminated, like no team comes alive when they're mathematically eliminated. Like quite like the Jets, we're like, it's like we start playing loose, Gunny. You know what I mean?
We don't care anymore. Oh,
yeah,
we don't care. Let's just go ahead and play football.
Yeah.
Play football.
Kick some mic. They'll just go out there and play some football, have some fun, and they start winning games. And it's like, what the fuck? Why can't we do this in the first place? So, but I don't know. I think just like you said, it's tough. Now, I know we have the Aaron Rodgers thing. We committed to that. And I think it's a good plan. I mean, again, everybody was excited September 11th when he ran into that stadium. I think 99% of Jets fans were like, holy shit, this is real. It didn't work. He blew out his Achilles quicker than anybody could have imagined. And then here we are. So, I mean, the idea of push and reset, I understand. And you got an opportunity to like, okay, we need to rebuild the line, get a couple more wide receivers. But other than that, it's like we're kind of good. We have a really strong young roster. Whether it's Quincy Williams, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, those guys. And then you got the Bree Halls, Garrett Wilsons of the world. We got Tippmann in there, AVT. So it's like we have a nice young core of like high level performers here. So, I mean, maybe it does, maybe the wisdom is running it back. But dude, damn, if this fails and like Harbaugh, worst case scenario, Harbaugh ends up in New England.
Don't say that. Please don't. Don't even whisper that into existence.
All right.
Because everybody's terrified of if Vrabel goes over there. I'm actually not too scared if Vrabel goes over there, only because let's be honest, he's coming from the same tree, right? We haven't seen, he's probably the exception of the individual coaches that have seen success. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he comes over here and he's just an average coach for the Patriots. I'm okay with that. If Harbaugh goes to the Patriots, I have this gnawing feeling that he's going to go ahead and get JJ McCarthy in like the 3rd round, utilize some of the earlier picks on some wide receivers and offensive line. And all of a sudden now we've got to worry about Harbaugh, McDaniel, and the Bills coach, not Sean McDermott. Yeah, Sean McDermott. And I think all of those coaches are better than our current head coach. Like right now, I think we have the worst head coach in the AFC East.
Sad.
And that's sad to say it, but you bring in a Harbaugh, we go from a close, back and forth with Bill Belichick to definitively the fourth worst freaking head coach in the division. And we can't do this anymore to ourselves. We deserve better as a fan base. We've suffered through the sorry excuse of coaching and leadership. And like you just said, we have talent on this roster. I would like to see us utilize some of this talent so it matters before we got to pay these guys. Because let's be honest, we're not going to be able to keep Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Bree Hall, Jermaine Johnson when they're all they're ready for contracts. It's just not feasible. So I look at it like we have 2 more years to really maximize this core group of just studs before we start seeing them have to go elsewhere, because again, it's the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Money talks, and eventually these guys all chase the money.
It's very, very true. And I don't like that idea of having the worst head coach in the division. That's not fun. And we're used to that. That's just the worst. Ryan King checking in. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. Think of it. The MVPs of Jets YouTube. What do you think? Keep Connor McGovern at right guard for right guard. Move AVT to left guard and keep him there. You know what's interesting, Ryan? I have routinely been surprised at their unwillingness to use McGovern at guard. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, even when we had Tippmann, we have Tippmann at center and McGovern, they have McGovern and Tippmann not playing. Like, bring Tippmann in and then bounce McGovern over to guard. They just wouldn't do it. So while I would consider it, I don't think the Jets have any interest in doing so. I just, in the AVT thing, I think AVT should be put at guard and leave him there. That's what I think. Like, stop with this shit. People say, oh, it doesn't matter. He moved to tackle. Yeah, okay. Hey, maybe it doesn't, but I'll tell you something. 2 years in a row when we moved him to tackle, he got injured. So I don't know if it has nothing to do with it or not. I'm a superstitious man. And I'm a skeptic and a cynic. And when he played guard, he was fine. When you move him to tackle, he gets hurt. I don't give a shit if it's real or not. Stop doing it. Just put him in that guard and get ourselves a damn. Why are we the only team in the NFL that can't find a tackle? So just get me a couple of tackles. I'll get a tackle. Give me the GM for 3 weeks. I'll have us loaded with tackles, Gunny. And so I just think put AVT at guard and leave him there. And let's cut this shit out. Whether that's left or right, I really could care less. But either way, I want him to stay somewhere. I mean, the poor guy, he's playing everywhere for us. He's played left guard, right tackle, left tackle for us in 2 years. I mean, can we just kind of find a spot for him and actually build the rest of the line? Does that make any sense, Gunny?
I mean, it makes 1,000%. It makes 1,000%, or it makes 100% sense in terms of keeping this guy who we know is an elite guard and is a good to great tackle. I would love for him to be left guard or right guard and to stay there and not move, because I do believe, after hearing Coach Salah talk about it in his exit interview or exit press conference, it makes sense as to why potentially he's at a higher risk for injuries when we're moving him around all over the line and he's having to adjust his stance. I mean, it's literally being put in the trenches and being told, like, hey, today you're a machine gunner. Hey, today you're going to be a sniper. Hey, today you're going to go ahead and be a rifleman. You really can't be efficient and effective in all of those roles when you're constantly moving around in the same fight. So I think that they need to just, and he said it himself. Will he stick by it? We'll see. We'll find out. But I think he needs to go ahead and, again, be in a guard position to where he'll be an elite guard. I think he's a good to great tackle, but he's an elite guard. I think he's the top 5 guard in the NFL if you keep him at guard. Right side, left side, however you want to do it. But whatever you decide come the beginning of the season has to be where he stays for the entire season. We are messing with this kid's freaking ability to go ahead and continue to grow and get better at a position by bouncing him around because he happens to be the best offensive lineman we have on the roster.
Yeah, that's a really important point. I mean, how's he going to get a contract? What the hell is he? You know what I mean? Like, what? And what is he? He's, I mean, I'll tell you what, he has no problem playing tackle because there's more money there in most instances.
Oh, yeah. Big facts.
But still. Wyatt checking in. What's up, Wyatt, our Wyoming buddy? He says, the Jets are the best team in the NFL, GreenBean. I'll tell you, Wyatt. See, here's the thing. And you remember Wyatt. He's the Marine that we've had on
I know
here.
Wyatt.
The young buck, right? So he's still in basic. I think. Well, he's out there in the barracks. I don't know if it's still basic or not, but so Wyatt has only been a Jets fan for a little while. So he's still all piss and vinegar, Gunny. He still think we're the best, and Zach Wilson and all this shit. And I love that
optimism.
I love it too. It's a reminder sometimes. Wyatt has on more than one occasion infused me with some juice that I didn't have left, So I appreciate that. But I will tell you, not everybody knows this about Wyatt. Wyatt's a beanbagger, and we talk often. So he's in our Discord, and we do Wednesday nights together and all that. Wyatt said, I think it was not this Wednesday because we didn't do it, but the Wednesday before, he said, I don't know why the hell I picked being a Jets fan. Why aren't I just a Steelers fan? I said, chinks in the armor, dude. We all get it. We've all been there. I'm like, how the hell am I not a Giants fan? How the hell am I? It's like, why did I do this to myself?
We had our options. We could have been Giants fans, Eagles. We could have been Eagles fans. We had our choices. We could have been Bills fans, but we all chose the Jets. Every single one of us, everybody here who has lived on that coast and made that decision, we had options. We chose this life. We literally chose this life.
We did. This is our choice. But the thing is, it's not me that chose it, Gunny. It's some 10-year-old asshole that I don't even know anymore. What was that kid? That kid thought he was going to be a famous rock star. Like, what the fuck does that kid know? He picked the Jets and I'm stuck, Gunny. I don't know what to do.
12-year-old Jesse was a moron. He was an absolute moron.
But here I am. Up. Yeah.
The consequences of his choices.
All those kids, and we should beat the living hell out of them.
Yeah. Wedgies, swirlies, the works. These kids have ruined so many lives making that decision.
Sneakers to Boots checking in. He says, who gonna challenge AR with the offense? Ain't Hack. Well, the thing is, you don't want anybody to challenge Aaron Rodgers with the offense. I mean, that's my thought, Sneakers to Boots. What do you think about that?
No, I think you bring Aaron Rodgers in there knowing what he brings to the table. To me, Aaron Rodgers is the equivalent of a Peyton Manning. When Peyton Manning went over to the Broncos, Adam Gase got credit for it, which we saw him get a couple of jobs after being proven to be a lie. But that was Peyton Manning's offense, right? He called the plays. Yeah. He threw what worked, and it worked for them. They got to a Super Bowl, right? They won one. And I mean, granted, on the back of the defense, mostly, we happen to have a defense of that caliber. I want Aaron Rodgers. Let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers is the OC and the quarterback for the New York Jets next year. The only reason Hackett is even there holding a clipboard is because we believed it gave Aaron Rodgers more comfortability to come here to be the quarterback. So no one's going to challenge him. And I don't know if you want anyone challenging him on offense. He literally has more offensive experience than anybody in the coaching staff in terms of football. Like, why would we? He's 40 years old, guys. He's literally as old as some head coaches, right? Like, he's got it all playing experience. So I'm okay with him being the offensive coordinator and the freaking quarterback for the Jets. If we win, if we lose, it's going to be off of the arm and mind of an Aaron Rodgers. And I like our chances more so than to put any kind of authority into Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, and like I wonder, like could we get away with hiring a Jim Harbaugh and coexisting with Aaron Rodgers? Like if that was okay, then you do that every day of the week. But I don't know if that can happen. I think they're kind of like afraid of it, You can't.
That's the word. They're afraid. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers would be opposed to bringing in a coach that's been successful at every turn, right? I don't know if he'd be upset about bringing in a guy that can legitimately help him get to the promised land. We're going to add a couple more championships to your legacy, right? You've got the pieces. The coaching is suspect. We kind of saw what it looks like without you being there to kind of guide everything. So you're bringing in a proven guy who's literally won at every spot he's been at. I don't know if he'd be upset about it, but I do believe the fear factor in Joe Douglas and Woody is that they won't even breathe that towards Aaron because they don't want to upset him.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a shitty place to be. It's like, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is like dictating, like, do this, don't do that. But they're very tenuous about, what they're going to do and not do it, with the potential of ruffling his feathers. And I don't know, man. Look, if we got a season of Hall of Fame play, we wouldn't give a shit about any of this stuff, but we didn't. All we get is his sound bites and his McAfee and his Epstein quotes and Jimmy Kimmel, and that's all we get. We don't get anything. We just get the bullshit. So it's just, it's Gunny. I'm exhausted. I really am.
I'm tired. No, I feel you on that. It's the fact that when you talk about the New York Jets now, it's more associated with, Jimmy Kimmel being on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about the Pat McAfee show. When you think about the New York Jets, like, Aaron Rodgers has become the face, the voice, the everything of who we are as an organization. But we all kind of knew what we were signing up for when he came here. Like, we saw him do the same thing in Green Bay, which is probably why they finally said it was time to go. But we're in a situation where we don't have the luxury of being picky. We haven't figured out the quarterback situation in a very long time. Let's think about it. When's the last time could we honestly say we had a franchise quarterback?
Nope. Chad.
Chad,
look, there was the idea that we had one with Sanchez, right? He looked,
yes,
like he had the chops. He wasn't perfect, lots of turnovers, but he was winning games and he was clearly talented. So Sanchez, you could make the argument. Fitzpatrick that year, we all thought, we got to bring him back.
That was a fun year.
But
like, we've never had the caliber of an Aaron Rodgers before.
No.
If we're being honest with ourselves, we've never had. Even the great Joe Namath wasn't on the caliber of an Aaron Rodgers. So
it's true.
We're gonna have to just bite our tongues. We're gonna have to roll with these punches because ultimately, I do believe that Aaron Rodgers gives us the best chance to matter next year. I do believe he gives us the best chance to maximize this team. That includes the offensive line and every even mid part of the offense. The dude himself is just so cerebral alongside of that freaking talented right cannon that's attached to his body. You like your chances. And with this defense, that helps too, right? Like, but we're going to have to deal with stuff like this. That the talk of the New York Jets isn't about like, okay, how can they get better? How can in the offseason get better? How did Bree Hall, after coming back from a torn ACL, just encompass 1,500 freaking yards when the offensive coordinator didn't even know who he was? Like, that's not the conversation right now. The conversation is Aaron Rodgers said Jimmy Kimmel was on the list, right? And so we got to suck garbage. It up,
yeah.
Right?
Right. We got to eat another shit sandwich.
Got to eat another shit. Yep. Exactly.
Boogie Down Bronx checking in. Thank you, buddy. He says GMs, scouts, coaches, everyone that is on the hot seat, and I love it. Let's get this shit done. Go Jets. Baby, no excuses, win or be gone. You know what? I hear you, man. But it's like, this is the year, right? Right, Boogie Down? It's like, this is the year. Whatever excuses we've had up to this point, it's year 4. You bet on Aaron Rodgers. You brought in his whole crew of cronies, the whole thing. And if 2 years goes by and we are losing you gotta wipe the slate clean. You gotta. And I hope Woody calls me. Boogie Down Bronx. That's what I want. I want Woody to call me, like, cut the shit already. Stop with these, these scrubs, these Adam Gases and Todd Bowleses of the world and Idzicks and McCagnons and fuck that. Call us. We know what's going on.
Woody, we'll make it easy for you. We will literally be the GM on a commission basis only. We get paid off of the results we put out. Like, I believe if he just did that to Jets fan, like the Green Beans, right? Like, we would see a better result. And you're going to get paid based off of commission. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit these particular witches.
Well, there's got to be a little bit of a base, Gunny. I do got to pay my electric bill.
I believe in you, Green Bean.
Let's say $250,000. $250,000?
That's fair.
$250,000 based on commission with incentives to go up to $5 million.
I like where your head's at. You
right.
thought this contract through. You thought this contract
A
through.
little bit. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. You put us in there. I will work tirelessly day and night, and I will absolutely figure it out. Absolutely. There's not a question in my mind. I know the Jets. I know the tendencies. I know the curse. I know everything. And I know football. So just give it to us. Like, you've tried it all. You've tried the rest. Now try the best. That's the way it should go. That's what's on my pizza box, Boogie Down Bronx. Lucky Leo checking in. He says, I'm getting a weird feeling that Belichick and Saban going to get together to coach the Chargers or somewhere. Can you imagine? They are good friends. Well, Saban came to the NFL already, Lucky Leo, as you know. It didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
Right? Where was he the Dolphins or the Redskins?
Dolphins coach.
Yeah.
No, it was Dolphins. I remember. It was bad.
Hey. Yeah, it was bad. It was terrible.
So I look at Belichick and I look at Saban. I think, again, if it's the Chargers, I do like Justin Herbert a lot, but I don't believe Justin Herbert is a Tom Brady, right? I think Justin Herbert is going to need actual coaching to kind of like maximize his potential. I just feel like Tom Brady is that weird dude, man, that just he understood that his chances were limited. He understood that he was always counted out. He understood he didn't fit the mold of what a quarterback was. So he became extremely cerebral to give himself the best advantage possible. Tom Brady did not have the best arm. He wasn't the best athlete on the field. Like, it was literally a mental game for him. And I think a lot of times when you see these guys that have the arm talent, right, like that have the freaking torpedoes on their freaking arm, on their shoulder, they need more coaching. And I'm telling you, man, I don't believe in Belichick in that way. I just don't. I think Belichick was the beneficiary of
Clearly
that he kind of happened to fall into because nobody else drafted him. And the dude got a chance to play because his starter went down. Yeah. And Tom Brady understood this was it. If I don't maximize this opportunity, I will never start again in the NFL. And he never relinquished the starting job. And that's what happened to benefit a guy like Bill Belichick. In fact, Tom Brady continuing to take pay cuts year in, year out for them to kind of put some type of talent around him, right? I think was also a benefit. So I'm not scared of wherever Belichick goes. I'm not at all. If he wants to go to the Dolphins, I'd be happy about it. If he wants to go to the Patriots, I'd be happy about it. Or the Bills. He does not scare me because I don't believe he can actually coach. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. I do not believe in Belichick as a coach, and his record has proven it. Without Tom Brady, the dude is a losing coach in the NFL. That's just facts. And
Tom Brady went down to Tampa. They had, 7-8 years of complete ineptitude. He went down there. They won a Super Bowl. And Bill Belichick has been swirling around the dregs since he's left. So it's just, it's very clear to me. It's very, very clear. The proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Is in the pudding pops. That's where it is. The proof is in the pudding pops. Now, Gunny, I did a little poll to see if everybody likes your microphone. 88% said yes, you are sounding better, sir. 11% said no. He sounds like shit no matter what he does, this fucking guy.
It doesn't matter. It's just my voice. My voice is just annoying to individuals. That's fair. I appreciate y'all being honest about it, though.
Yeah, I think that's Matthias, Billy SBC, who else? Some of those guys. They're like, screw Gunny.
88%? That's a B. I'll take
that.
Bad.
Oh, yeah, that's a B plus, dude. That's a B plus.
That's passing. No, I'm passing right now. I'm good.
That's right. You're gonna get there. All right, so I'm gonna do another poll, guys. I want to know, realistically, feelings aside, if Bill Belichick was like, I want to coach the Jets, would you do it? Okay. Would you take BB, that's Bill Belichick, as the Jets head coach? Yes or no? Okay, that's it. There it is, everybody. Let us know what you think about that sacrilegious question I asked you. Again, feelings aside, would you do it? I mean, Gunny just made a case for Bill Belichick being somewhat fraudulent. I mean, we know he's a great defensive mind. That's not in question. And we know that he's a quality coach, but clearly, I mean, look, he had a number one pick quarterback. You know, they spent tons of money and brought in all these guys that he wanted 2 years ago. I mean, and they did very, very little. So,
But kiss.
Yeah, Bubkiss, right? So, I mean, look, Mac Jones is Mac Jones, but it's like he's still a first-round pick quarterback, mid first. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's see what else we got here. So thank you, Lucky. I don't think that's going to happen, Lucky Leo. I don't think Saban's coming back to the NFL. I think he's done. Dude, he's king of the world in Alabama. He comes here, he's just another grunt, taking bullets. Like, why do that to yourself? It's like Urban Meyer. He's a legend. He comes to Jacksonville. He's a complete, what I mean? It's a shit show. Yeah, exposed. Like, I'm going back to the kids, where like men aren't listening to you. Like, it's just like when Lou Holtz came to the Jets. Like, we went to college and we got one of the greatest coaches of all time in college. And he comes here and the first thing he wants to do is make a fight song. It's like, the fuck are you talking about? We're in New York City, dude.
Right?
Like, man up. A fucking fight song. Let's go, Jets. Like, what are they going to sing it in the lock? What are we doing? You want to get the band playing the drums and shit?
You can only laugh at that.
Yeah, it's right. It's like, and he didn't even make it one season. He quit mid-season, Lou Holtz. Ryan King check in.
Add to that, though, I just want to add that real quick. Matthias has said, I saw it earlier, but I didn't want to say that a lot. I wasn't sure, but Matthias said it as well, that Saban is retiring. Like, his intention is he's done. He's going to start giving back to his family. He doesn't plan on doing anything sports related anymore. He's just done. So I thought I read that somewhere, that when he was giving his announcement, he said, hey, football's giving me a lot. Now it's time for me to give back to my family. I just saw somebody put like, yeah, no, he's retiring. But yeah, I think he's done. I don't think we have to worry about that.
That's interesting. I didn't even, you know what it might be? I don't care.
That's fact. Yeah.
Nope. That's what it is. Fuck you. Hey, he's like the Bill Belichick of the college
football. I hate his guts too.
Air about. That's why they're friends. They're two complete assholes, Gunny. That's what it is. I don't like these guys.
I can't stand Bill Belichick. I can't stand Nick Saban. I was so glad to see this championship without freaking the Alabama Roll Tide, whatever the fuck they are. In it. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, dominant, right? Dominant.
Yep.
And lots of players and lots of coaches came through Saban, and you can't take anything away from him, except he ain't no pro coach. It's a whole different thing.
Exactly. We know that. We have stats to back that up.
That's right. Who was the guy who came? He was the Redskins. What was that? Spurrier.
Yeah.
He's another one. So we got Saban, we got Spurrier, you got Urban Meyer, Lou Holtz. Whenever they came to the NFL, it was like, dude, they were squashed. And that's the difference.
Big leagues ain't for everybody.
That's
it ain't for everybody.
That's the difference. It's a whole different tier. I would love to be it. I'm telling you, man, make me the GM. Give me a 2-year contract. I'm telling you, dude, I'll hang with those guys. Nobody intimidates me at the NFL level. Nobody. I'm telling you. I bring my crew, Gunny, Jeremy. I feel safe with Jeremy around. Jeremy is he's an enforcer, Gunny.
Just make me a linebackers coach. I'm gonna teach these boys violence.
There you go. Right, violence. Yeah, but we'll actually call you the violence coach.
Done.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Done.
The violence instiller. That's what I don't really want a violence. You're gonna take a violence coach. That's what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Fucking shut up. And then Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, what do you want your role to be? You want to just continue to be my bodyguard? I know Jeremy has a blackjack. I don't know if you guys know what that is. You guys know what a blackjack is? It's like a little club where I used to have a blackjack on a spring. It was just this little thing. You held it in your hand. You couldn't even see it. And when you swung it, these like springs came out with this lead ball on the end. Dude, it would tear your face off.
I switched to the shocker.
Yeah.
So I wear the thing on my wrist, you punch it, it's like an electric shock. It knocks people down.
Good for you. I like that. So I keep Jeremy around as my bodyguard. He's throwing hot sauce in everybody's eyes.
I also take care of all the food and meals for everyone.
Right, there you go.
Winning. That's winning.
Right.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut on everything. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's good. Here, Jeremy, this question's for you from Ryan King. Can we get out of football's purgatory and check in with the football gods before we make a move as a team? Why do we always get kicked in the nuts? Can we just make the football gods happy? Jeremy, to Ryan's point, clearly somebody that we're in major power position does not like us. How do we make the football gods happy, Jeremy? What do we got to do?
I don't know if we have to. Oh man, it's so hard to know. I mean, I don't want to destroy anybody's reputation or blame or point to any historical figure in Jets history that may have made a deal with somebody and that we're suffering for that deal. I think that we just, you know what I think it is? I think it's we all need to, and this is how we're being tested as Jets fans. We all need to believe at the same time. So we have to get everybody that's saying it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. We have to get them to believe it's going to happen.
That's a hard ass.
That's what it is. I think Jeremy's on to something, Ryan.
I think he's got a point, though.
We have to have a movement, Gunny.
We've got some pessimistic Jets fans out there,
Well,
man. I don't know.
You know what's funny? When he said it, my first thought was never happened. Like, I'm like, why? What the fuck? We are split down the middle no matter what it is, dude. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
We're half love it, half hate it. That's it. Jeremy, well done, sir. I can't even believe. I thought you were going to dance for 20 minutes and make no sense.
We are legitimately, with Aaron Rodgers coming back, we are legitimately, if our offensive line stays healthy and we add a little bit to it in the draft of free agency and it's able to stay healthy, and one more weapon at receiver. So we got cap money, we got draft picks. If we can keep the offensive line healthy, maybe add to it a little bit, get another weapon in there next to Garrett Wilson on the opposite side. We are legitimate contenders if that happens. We really are.
I think Jeremy figured it out. We are going to have, going into this season, we are going to try to I'm going to call all the content creators. I'm going to try to gather and circle every wagon we can to get everybody to believe in the same thing at the same time. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the Jet curse saying, we're trying to get you guys to act as one. We're trying to bring you together, you stupid bastards. And it's just, how long? 50 years and you guys don't even see it? Jeremy figured it out. I'm a firm believer.
The last piece is Modine. Like everybody's believing, and the Jets are in the AFC Championship game, and we're screaming, please, Modine. And Modine says, I believe, and boom, we score a touchdown.
Super Bowl. Modine
goes,
Modine is the key.
Yeah, Modine will go, I like our chances. And that's it.
That's it.
Explodes. Number one offense in the NFL.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's good. This is good. We're on to something, everybody.
All right. So we got a plan.
We're on to something.
We got a plan.
All right. We're going to end this poll, and then we're going to put up another poll. I want to see if people are Belobin and Jod here and see if they're buying Jeremy's story. Let's see here. So the question, everybody, was would you take Bill Belichick as the Jets head coach? 76% said no. 23%, though, said, yeah, I would welcome
23%? That many?
Yeah, I'm surprised, I must admit.
Are we sure these are all Jets fans that are currently voting on this?
Dude, they're desperate. Gunny, desperate people do desperate things. They just want the blood, the bleeding to stop. It's like, would you take a glump of mud and stuff it into a wound if it stops the bleeding? You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, 100%. That's wartime first aid, you know what I'm saying, to a T.
Right. Would you take a cow turd? Would you take dog shit and stick it? Yeah, you think no, but of course it stops the bleeding.
Listen, it stops the bleeding. It gives me a few more hours, so be it.
That's right. If it gets me to the hospital. But it's like, you ever see that movie? James Franco is in it. with the kid who was hiking and he got the rock fell and it trapped him, his arm, and he was there for like days and he was drinking his own. He was drinking his own urine and everything.
Yeah.
And then he ended up having to cut his own arm
off his arm.
And everybody's like, oh, I'd never. You think he thought he would?
Well, crap.
Yeah.
I bet you, man, I think people don't realize how much you're willing to do when your life is literally hanging in the balance.
Right.
Like that. We are capable of doing the most ridiculous things for self-preservation. And I think people don't realize that because come on now, we live in the lavish life of comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't understand what it requires. 127 hours. Thank you, Jingle Dubs. That's what it's called. Right. Yeah, that movie, and that was based on a true story. That really happened.
I remember hearing that story before the movie.
Yep, before the movie. Yep.
You know who I heard it from? Robin Quivers on the Howard Stern show. That's what I remember hearing it. Yeah. Robin
might have been the same for me too. It might have been the same for me too, actually, on the Howard Stern show.
That's where I used to get a lot of my news from Robin. Robin's like, over in Michigan, 2 kids stuck pencils in their buttholes. I'm like, oh, that's interesting story.
Actually, Matt asked the question. I just saw Matt pop up. It's actually all the noise in my house. So this is how great this mic is. So when I'm quiet,
nothing.
You see, I was still semi-going. My kids are talking in the background, but this mic doesn't pick it up, which is, I think, amazing. So, like, it's a Govey freaking. It's called an EQ light or something like that. So as I talk, it obviously goes up. If I yell, it goes into the red. If people yell in the background, hey TJ, say something. My son just said hi. Y'all probably didn't hear him.
Yeah, we didn't hear it.
Nope. Yeah, but that thing did. So it's pretty awesome. So like every time y'all see this thing going off and I'm not saying anything, my mic's not muted. It's just people are talking in the house and it's picking it up. I thought that was pretty cool. So I decided to. Matt says I'm mesmerized. So I just thought I'd leave it up because it was kind of cool.
That's great.
Does it still work?
Yeah, look at you guys, all lovey doves. Come on, Gunny, get it going. What's he doing? You got it wrong. You got to do it wrong. You do it better. Look at Jeremy. Fireworks. The thumbs are
lost the ability.
Gunny, you suck.
This is weird. This is embarrassing. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna change my
I stole your powers, man. I
stole my powers. I look weak as hell on that one.
Yeah. All right. Pooch guy checking in. He says, GreenBean, I feel like I'm on crazy pills. It seems underperforming coaches give Robert Salah a sob story, and he's just too much of a nice guy, puss, in parentheses, to fire any of them. Yeah. I mean, look, Salah likes to he likes to present like he's a tough guy, but he's clearly not. I agree with you, Pooch guy. Yeah, he's soft.
He's a teddy bear.
Right, yeah. I mean, soft is, I don't want to call him soft because he's running upstairs. He's ripped. He's clearly very strong and hard. But yeah,
for his people.
I think emotionally he's a very tender kitten. All right.
Bless you. Bless you again.
Hey, thanks, man. But yeah. I mean, Pooch guy, look, he did fire his buddy LaFleur and, the offensive line coach and all those guys. So, I don't know. Maybe he's got a little bit of an edge. I don't know. But I think this year it's just like Aaron Rodgers is here, dude. They're going to bend. They're going to bend over backwards. It just is what it is. It's a funny thing. Like, most Jets fans were totally on board with bringing him in. And now we're mad that Aaron Rodgers is kind of running the show. I mean, we knew he was gonna. I mean, did you have any illusions otherwise? Hackett's here. I mean, that's his boy. I mean, of course, the whole offense is Aaron Rodgers. And we
brought Randall Cobb into the building knowing he was washed.
I know. He's 90 years old.
I feel like we all should have seen this coming, that this was the Aaron Rodgers show.
Yeah, I mean,
with great power comes great responsibility.
It's like, look, we switch gears. Everybody wanted it. He got hurt, so just take the lumps and let's wait it out. I mean, let's wait it out. I mean, Zach sucks. The offensive line sucked. Hackett can't do shit without Rodgers. It just is what it is. The defense is crazy good, and we got some young stars. Bree Hall's amazing. Garrett Wilson's amazing. Did you hear what Garrett Wilson said about, do you think Aaron Rodgers changes the offense? He's like, yeah, dude. Aaron Rodgers would call, and then he corrected himself. And he was basically saying, Aaron Rodgers.
You saw it too, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I love how he corrected himself and he said, you know what? I understand the game. I can't put Hackett out there and let the world know that he ain't shit.
That's right, but he ain't shit.
But everybody knows. We all know it sucked. 4 plays in, we got robbed of the Aaron Rodgers experiment.
Yeah.
And we all should have known with him was going to come a lot of drama. This has been the story that surrounds this man for the last decade. He's all about the drama. He's a me type of guy. Let's be honest. He's probably what do you call that thing where they're all about themselves? Narcissist. He's probably a narcissist.
Yeah.
He's probably a narcissist. And in all actuality, I don't care. I don't care. You play
either.
good football. You make my team look good. I don't care. Be a narcissistic.
That's the only thing is we didn't get that. We only got the dog shit.
Exactly.
Leo checking in said that would be the best. We hire Belichick for 1 day, then we kick his ass out the next day. You're fired. Well, that's the thing. He would know that as soon as he came over here. He knows where it is. We're gonna fucking fire this bastard. It's like when what was his name? Anthony Barr. People were talking about signing him, after he screwed us a couple years later. I'm like, yeah, we should bring him in and say, forget it. Like you tell him to fly in, come in the facility, you sit down with the paper, you put the papers right before him, and he grabs a pen, there's no ink in it. He says, can I have another pen? You go, no, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Call your own Uber too.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not paying for your Uber. And if you don't leave right now, our little tiny Italian security guard, he's going to beat the living hell out of you. He's tougher than he looks. He's about to throw GreenBean off the field.
Yeah. That's how I feel about the Kirk Cousins. People are saying like, oh man, we should bring Kirk Cousins as a backup. Man, fuck Kirk Cousins. I don't want him nowhere near my team either.
There's nobody else. Well, we got to keep going back to the same wells that screwed us.
We're just like getting slapped in the face. It's
fun
for us.
We love it, dude. We love it.
He's not going to be a backup. So silly.
I know, right? He's going to be
the pure fact it was even mentioned, Jeremy, to me that we would even entertain Kirk Cousins.
I know.
It made my skin crawl.
Right. If he had fallen from his prime enough, like let's say it's 4 years from now, that he could be a guy that's willing to take a backup quarterback job, then we can have the pleasure of saying there's no way we want him on our team. You know what I mean? But it's funny to me that somebody had the idea that Kirk Cousins is going to sign anywhere where he's going to be a backup. The guy's still going to throw for 4,000 yards in a season, something only one quarterback has ever done for us.
Yeah, one. And and his name's Joe Namath, for God's sakes.
Jesus,
hey, everybody, we got a whole lot of y'all, like over 100 of you that haven't hit the milk thumbs. Why is it so hard? Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, I am 8 subscribers away from 12 grand. So if we could do that tonight, there's out of 185 of you, there's got to be 8 of you in here that aren't subscribed. Be the one. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Get GreenBean over this plateau. It's been a weird year, man. I just been hanging out around 11,800. It's like it's been months. So anyway, we could do it tonight and make this a celebratory evening. I would be grateful. It's sincerely appreciated, all the support. But go ahead and give us those milk thumbs. Slam that like button if you'd be so kind. And if you have not subscribed, now's the best time because you're going to push us over the 12,000 subscriber plateau that I've been stuck at. RJ McPot checking in. Hire Belichick just so we can pull the same stunt after we fire Salah. Thus, one last FU to us and ruin our trust for any new head coach that may come. Yeah, I know. I hear you. I mean, look, the whole thing, RJ McPot, is I don't think we would even entertain it. You know, I mean, Bill Belichick has gone out of his way to rub us and hurt us and poke us. And he beat us 15 times in a row, even when we were clearly the better team. And it's just like, again, like we were talking about with Kirk Cousins, it's like there's more fish in the sea. You don't got to go back to the pain. You don't have to do that. Like, why go for Kirk Cousins? Why go for these people scorned us? They shunned us is the better word. So yeah, I'm with you, RJ. Let's see what else we got here. Lucky Leo checking. Oh, we did that one already. Let's see here. We got Blitzcrew checking in. What's up, buddy? He says the Lions even figured out how to appease the football gods. Our turn has to be around the Right. I think Jeremy nailed it. We got to all get on the same page. That's what the football gods are trying to do. They're trying to get us to be as one, and we can't do it. We're broken in the brain.
Everybody needs to watch.
It's funny too because
Ted Lasso.
my neighbor is a huge Lions fan, right? So my wife being a Packers fan, they kind of like go back and forth. But I was talking to him the other day, like, man, playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Coach is looking good. And he goes, dog, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The moment like my whole family started saying, you know what, we're gonna just go ahead and watch this guy, give him a chance and believe, things started to get better for us. I never correlated the two, but then Jeremy's like, we all have to do it. So I think for us as this Jetnation, we just got to manifest, man. In the words of Jeremy and Aaron Rodgers, we just got to believe. We just got to believe. If we can manifest that as a whole, we might see ourselves in the Super Bowl next year. Because you imagine if the Detroit Lions went to the Super Bowl this year, somehow they get past the 49ers, and they because I believe they're the favorite in the NFC. But if they were to get past the 49ers and get to the Super Bowl this year, for me, I'm not going to lie to you, I would feel hope. So much hope.
I would love it if they
right
if they made it.
I mean, I would too, but you know what's weird with me? Like, I don't want the same teams to keep winning, but then the other teams that are shitbags like us, I don't want them out of the cage before us. So
hey, misery loves company. Listen, the Miami Dolphins, like people have hate for the Miami Dolphins. Like, I don't actually like they don't bother me as much as like the freaking Patriots.
Gunny,
right?
I'm gonna fucking mute you, dude.
I understand, but listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna get back on your good side here. But they also have 23 years of never having won a playoff game.
Yeah.
And for me, I want to see that continue forever. Because that means they're worse than at least when the Jets make the playoffs, we win.
We do stuff.
They can't do that. So for me, I like them right where they're at as something for us to press back on whenever they run their mouths. So I would love to see like let me get this. I don't like the Dolphins. I see people are getting really upset. So let me apologize to reiterate. I don't like the Dolphins. I'm saying my most hated team in our division is the Patriots. I literally have wished this team, and again, God forgive me, I've wished their plane would crash. That's how much I hate the Patriots. Like I despise them on a level in which I despise the Taliban when I was deployed overseas. Like it makes no sense. Because they're nowhere near that level of a threat, but I have that level of hate for them. So for me, the hate that I have for the Dolphins and the hate that I have for the Bills, it's tolerable. I despise everything Patriots, which is why I stated it the way I did. I don't like them.
I hate I'm with you with the Patriots, but I have significantly more hate for the Dolphins. And it's
really?
They're my number one. They're my number one hated team. Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you start with the Mud Bowl in your fandom, I mean,
that's my first real Jets fan. As a Jets fan, I mean, I watched a Raiders game before that. I remember it was all exciting, but I became a legitimate Jets fan at the Mud Bowl, and then it's like that was the rivalry: O'Brien, Marino, all that kind of stuff in my childhood. But then, in addition to that, I lived in Miami for 15 years and went to the games, and it's like those. I just hate those. I hate it. Yeah, I mean, I get why the Patriots are the number one, but like I can't stand Miami, and they're very, very, very much fair weather fans. Like when they suck, the stadium is a third empty, a third full.
Yeah, no, that's
same thing with like the Miami Heat. It's just like it's a theater town. Like everything.
All of Florida sports.
It's like
everything's for like the the spectacle, and if they suck,
bravado,
there's no reason.
You know what I'm saying? Just to say
right. It's like everybody dresses up. It's just a whole dumb thing. I can't stand them, man. So I want to say hello to
I can't hate them as much as the Patriots because like I can't take them seriously. I think that's why the hate is there, but it's not as much.
I get it. I want to say hello to Matt O'Leary, who's hanging out. He's in there talking about Zod. It's good to see Zod getting some love from Matt O'Leary. The big fella checking in. Rather have terminal diarrhea than have Bill Belichick as a head coach. I think 3 or 4 weeks with terminal diarrhea, you're going to be like, I'll take Bill Belichick as a coach. But I get the point. I know. Screw that guy, big fella. Well. Screw him, dude. Let's see. Blitz Crew, Jets content producing pep rally. Exactly. That's what we got to do to get everybody on the same page so we can actually finally win. That's the good stuff, man. We're gonna do it this offseason. heading into the season. We're going to get all Jets fans to believe in the same thing, and that's how we're going to overcome. No Skills checking in. Rodgers, most inspirational. Salah's Eagle and Crow story got snubbed. That's what really carried us through the season. Remember, I know. Well, look, here's the thing. If Rodgers didn't get injured and we won, I mean, I am a firm believer. People go, oh, Rodgers wouldn't have changed anything. Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. And so if we would have won 3 more games, we're a 10-win team, we're in the playoffs, and that whole thing, those stories are beautiful. It's just like the receipts thing. When Robert Salah was talking about the receipts, it was like, oh, shut up, dude, this guy. And then all of a sudden we went on this tear, and everybody's like, receipts. And, that's what, it's like, it all
we believed. We believed.
It all makes sense. Like, everything makes sense when you're winning. It's when you're losing, everything gets torn to shreds and nitpicked. And it just is. It's very, very normal. But, I'm tiring of it. I just want to win some damn football games. No Skills. That's the most important thing. Sam Aiken checking in. Why we suffer. Excuse me. The football gods offer you, Micah, 2 firsts and a third. You mean for Zach? Is that what it was? Like that? Was that the same draft? When was hold on. I think that was it. Let me just make sure here. Let me see.
Yeah, because that's what the 49ers gave up to move up to take old bum boy.
Yeah, Micah Parsons was the 12th pick. Yeah, that's exactly right. There it is. Okay, Sam.
Yep.
So think about that. We sat there and took Zach Wilson. You could have gotten 3 firsts, including that number 12. And then the Dolphins, what they did was they used one of them and traded back up to 6, which was, in hindsight, a very smart move. And they got Jalen Waddle there. But what we could have done, well, very simply, I mean, look, we needed a quarterback, so we weren't taking Micah Parsons, Sam. But still, you could have traded back, let the Niners take Kyle Wilson. Or Zach Wilson, and then Kyle Wilson, another loser. So we could have just traded back to 12, accepted their 3 firsts and a third. Same deal, even though it's a pick higher, that's fine for me. 3 firsts and a third, including that pick number 12. You get 2 more additional firsts and a third round pick, and you just slide back, and guess who was there? You got Mac Jones, all these the guys. I mean, Mac Jones has had a better. I mean, he's done from the pay. He's done better than Zach.
He has better career than Zach. Yep.
But all these guys, like, look, Ali. I mean, look, Najee Harris. You could have went so many different ways. But let's say it was quarterback. You have Mac Jones. You got Kyle Trask. You got Kellen Mond. All these guys that would have done just as good, if not better, than Zach Wilson. I mean, Justin Fields went at 11, so that would have been interesting. But if you really like them, you use the third and you jump up a spot and you grab Justin Fields if you really want to. But I mean, look, Rashawn Slater's there. Like you said, Micah Parsons, AVT. You could have just taken him there. Instead of trading up, you could have kept your 2/3. You know what I mean? Like so much. It's just so much. Let me see something here. Where did we trade? The Vikings, so we had pick 23. They took Christian Darrisaw. So let's look at everybody after 23. Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Rashad Bateman, Gregory Rousseau. Oh, my God. Just so many guys. And there's Elijah Moore sitting there, who I never in a million years saw us grabbing, by the way. And admittedly, I didn't think he'd make it there, but I didn't see us having any interest in Elijah Moore. Eichenberg, it's just crazy, dude. Walker Little. I mean, there's just so many guys I would have taken. Briar Muth, come on.
Creed Humphreys. It's my guy.
I know. Well, that was the thing, and that was what we were saying. A lot of us, I know I was, like, why trade up for ABT? Just sit there, keep your thirds, and take Creed. You know what I mean? Just do that. I mean, ABT could, it could be argued he's a better player, but dude, I mean, Creed Humphrey's fine. You know what I mean?
I would have been happy with both.
Blitz Crew gifting 10 Stream Beaner memberships. Thank
Wow.
you, Blitz Crew. What an amazing thing. Let me see who you gave these to here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. You got Alfonso Stackhouse is a new Stream Beaner. Infrared, Phil, Mitt Flair, Paris, GTA V-Man, Hector Cabrera, Wild Wave, Karanzan, and Matt West. There you go. Congratulations, guys. All courtesy of Blitz Crew. So thank you, dude. You're a good man. That's good shit. And then he joined himself, Jeremy. Look at that. Amazing. Hey. I don't maybe he's like, wait a second. I just gifted 10. I just wanted to join. What the fuck is happening? Hey, either way, Blitz Crew, it's appreciated, and you're the man. What is Dark Soul just says, when GreenBean says milk thumbs with the noises, it's the equivalent of the word moist to me. That's why. Moist. Now is the word moist, do you equate that to cake or something else? I mean, that's
something else. Listen, you don't say that unless it's something else.
I think he's talking about cake. Ryan King says, I got you 3 more subs, brother. Oh, finally, Ryan, you had 3 more in the chamber, did you? Well, thank you. Let's see where we are. Let me see if we passed 12,000. Hold on. Let's see. Nope. And we only got 89 milk thumbs. Come on, guys. You got 200 people in here. Who's not hitting the like button? Give me some love if you wouldn't mind. It's appreciated, but come on. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. And if you have not subscribed, please do. Follow Ryan King's lead and give me 3 subs for each one of you.
How many are you at right now?
Let me see. Let me check here. I'll check for you guys. Let's see. 11,995.
Wow. So close.
All right.
Ridiculous.
So close.
Gunny's like, I'm going to subscribe.
Gunny, you got 4 kids, right? Don't they have
have your kids.
That's what I'm
subscribe.
asking them right now. I'm asking the kids and the wife right now.
There you go. It's been a crazy thing. Like, from 5 to 10,000, I did that in like 3 months. Like, no shit. 3 or 4 months, just 5,000 subs. And then I got to this like 10,000, 10,500. It's been a year. And I just can't. It's weird. I hit resistance, as they say in the stock market world.
I maxed out. There's not one more person that wants to sub. I'm just stuck at 48.20. That's it. I'm done.
Right.
I can't get another sub.
It's funny, right? You're like, that's literally everyone that's interested.
That's the story of my life. I'll fall just short of 5,000. Just short of 5,000. I'll never hit it.
Yeah. Look at it. Sam Aiken says, would it be crazy to draft Bowers if all the tackles were gone? Well, here's the thing. All the tackles are not going to be gone, Sam. But I think what you're saying is, like if Joe Alt and Fashanu are gone, here's what I'll say. I don't think it's crazy. All right, here we go. Hey, we got to give me a sub.
We got a kid.
There's one. Let me see if it represented itself.
All right, so KK, just subscribe.
996. There it is.
Okay, hold on 1
4
second.
more yards.
4 yards wins the game.
Dude, 4 yards of play. But remember, I'm going to play that clip of us freaking out. Like, I couldn't have cared less. Like, win, lose, whatever last week. I was just there for the ride. I was like, I was happy one way. It was just the last Jets game. I was going to have some fun. And they made us care with the Bree Hall 1,000-yard thing. Oh, dude. And then they stole it. I'm telling you, the Jets, dude, it's very consistent, man. They're like, oh, you don't care? Let's find something. And they did it. They get Brees 176 yards or whatever. What? And then like, nope.
And did you hear the explanation from
Oh, my God. That makes it even worse, Jeremy.
Basically, whoever he has doing the math of the sideline couldn't do do it. It took me 30 seconds. So I was yelling it out. Okay, 990. We need 10 more.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have a guy on the sideline that knew how to just go to YouTube and literally hit Bree Hall. Look what he had before the game and do the calculation.
No, they don't do that, dude. They know better. That's like, once again, we have a scenario where people I hear it all the time. Well, the Jets clearly know better than you. No, they do not.
No, they're just.
How many times do we got to run into this with this baloney idea that somehow the Jets know more than we do? They don't, dude. They don't. We know best.
Right.
I'm sick of it. And even to Bree Hall's stats, clearly Robert Salah had a guy on the sideline who said, he's good. He's good. He made it. Because they were clearly doing that.
Fire that guy.
Fucking fire that. I would say, dude, didn't you tell me we were good? Yeah, I had it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, here's the thing. Grab your suitcase or your knapsack or whatever the hell you have. Grab your lunchbox and your coffee cup and get the fuck out of here. That's what I would say. Get out. But let me say something, Sam.
How many is that, GreenBean? I think that should be 12,000.
I'm going to check right now. But let me tell you something. If we take care of the tackles in free agency, I don't think Bowers is a crazy idea. I think that it's a good chance we draft Bowers.
Not at all. If you put Bowers in there, Garrett just needs another weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what his position is, right?
Right.
Hey, we are at 11,998.
98.
Adding your phone, baby.
Modine, why won't you stop telling me to illegalize? Just sub, Mo. Hit the button, dude.
Illegalize?
Yeah. Just buy a YouTube subscriber package. You know what happens with that is when you do that stuff, YouTube knows and they ban you. That's what they do.
Yeah. I got hacked. Remember, I got hacked early on. Something happened. I was like 850, and someone must have run an experiment on me. I went up like 800 subs and then down 700 subs, and then they put me on a hold for 8 months. Where the only subs they would count are ones that people identify. It was a whole messed up thing. And I reported it. That's the only reason I didn't get in a lot of trouble, because I went to them and said, I've been hacked.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah.
And you got to talk to their AI.
It's so annoying.
When I got demonetized, they asked me to appeal. And they said, here's the things we need. We need you to tell us what your channel is about. We need you to show us that you have like equipment to do what you're doing, so you're not just stealing other people's stuff. I did a whole thing. And you got to do it in 3 minutes or less, or 5 minutes or less. I forget. I did a whole thing. I showed them my studio. Here's my soundboard. Here's this and that. I went, 99% of my content is just me talking. And I did a whole thing. And they came back and said, nope. Like, well, am I talking to a human? Because the human being would clearly see. Nope.
12K. That's 12K.
You think? All right, Gunny's working hard over here. Let me see.
Gunny's working his tail off.
Hey! We did it. 12,001 subscribers. There it is. And now, because of that, I'm going to give Gunny a little special something. Here we go.
Oh.
This is for Gunny, everybody. Special Jets chant.
I'll take it.
For Gunny.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
I would say thank you to everybody, but I know it's only Gunny right now.
GreenBean says thank you, everybody. For
thank you, everybody.
They say you're welcome, GreenBean.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Paris. All right. And look, and the truth is, I kid, right? I know all you guys have supported me and the channel and Jeremy and Gunny for years. So, sincerely, I'm grateful. But right now, we're just busting balls. Clearly, it was only Gunny that did that. So, thank you to Gunny and the fam and the brood, the Gunny brood. Well, listen, we're going to end this show a little bit early, but I do want to show you guys something. If you haven't seen this, like we said, we were a little bit, we were just kind of apathetic with the game. We were watching the game. We were having fun. We were laughing. It was snow. It was great. And then they made us care. And this is how that ended up. So let's see. This is how it goes. So let's do this. Can you see it? Is it there? Let me see. Yeah. So this is what they did to us, everybody. Let me make sure you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Can you hear it? Okay. All right, here we go.
They made me care. They did it. They said, oh, GreenBean doesn't care. Nothing can hurt his feelings. We must find a way. Do not go to victory post. You must give him that 10 yards. Rudy got 18 seconds to get 10 yards, everybody. He's got to know that he's 10 yards away, right? Somebody has to tell these idiots. They cannot go to victory post. If they do, I'm going to be furious. They're going to fucking run it. They know. We got 2 timeouts. Run, Brees. Oh, he's got 6 of them. Call that timeout, Salah. Oh! You fucking asshole! Oh, fucker! 4 yards! He made me care.
Oh, I was so mad, dude. I'm like, I haven't been this mad. Since
I
Rex
enjoyed
Ryan.
watching our reaction to that. I watched that while I was watching. I was like, oh, they're feeling exactly how I think the majority of us do.
It was so confusing. Like, why did they run it and then not call the timeout? We couldn't understand it.
We didn't understand.
He says, oh, we thought he had 1,000. Somebody on the sideline didn't understand the math. And really, because every reporter was reporting that he was 5 yards away or 4 yards away, but somehow, some way, our little mathematician that they hired on the sideline in true Jets fashion.
Gunny, it's one more level of ineptitude. Like, who knows how many games that guy is tainted? Said, no. These analytics say to do this.
Yeah.
The analytics, no. Who knows? This guy. We're like, Salah's an idiot. Why is he punting? Why is he calling a timeout? This fucking guy. You know?
That's why.
It's this math guy.
It's this math guy on the sideline.
Something as simple as
and I'm a math
running
teacher
back to 1,000 yards. They couldn't figure that part out in the middle of the game. That's how sad that is.
You. Jason Edwards, thank you, buddy.
What's
You're
up,
the
Jason?
man.
How you doing, man?
Love Jason Edwards. Harry was feeling the same way. Bradigan felt it. I know Disinfo says it's BS. Those stats are updated in real time. I know, dude. You can go anywhere.
Literally.
You got some nerd accountant CPA on the sideline, like, nope, I'm counting him. This is what we did.
What was he using? His fingers? Was he counting with his fingers? And this is how he missed it?
Dude, I'm telling you, the ineptitude goes deep, everybody. We just think it's Robert Salah and Joy. It ain't. It's deep.
It's organizational.
Yeah. It's deep. Yeah, I don't care what the announcers said, Soldier. We were counting. We had it. I mean, I ended up being 2 yards off, but still, if they would have did, you just do it, man. You had 13 seconds and 2 timeouts. Just run them. Yeah. Somebody said to me, but what if he gets hurt? I said, after 37 rushes in the snow, like
now we're worried.
Fucking 4 yards. Now we're worried about it. Just run.
Less likely to get hurt in the snow because they can't get the full speed because it's slippery.
That's true.
I mean, we used to play in the snow. Did anybody ever tear an ACL in the snow?
Never tore a thing. And
never.
Never.
Never, not once. I know. I've played so many games in the snow. It's, ice, Yeah. Like the one time I played in the Garden State games with the Hiawatha Rats was my team. We were playing for the bronze medal. And the ground was frozen. It was mud that was frozen. So there were spikes all over the ground, right? Because it had frozen in spike form, and there were ice puddles and everything. And I had gotten into a fight, and I had metal pins in my knuckles. You can see the scar there and the whole thing. I had metal pins in my knuckles. I just wrapped that shit up and I played. I was a defensive end. I got 2 sacks that game. You know what I mean? We just played, and you land on the ground, it slices your arm open, there's blood everywhere. But we didn't tear anything. Not one Achilles, not one ACL, nothing.
Not one MCL. I didn't even sprain them.
Nothing.
Didn't even sprain them.
Matt knows. Matthias Simon knows what's up. Remember, Matt, when you used to pick me up at my house? That was Hiawatha. Matt's from the next town over, so we used to get together. But yeah, that's the Hiawatha Rats. Actually, you can see. I'll show you guys. I got a tattoo when we won the championship. Whoa, I'm gonna fall. See that? It's the rat. See that?
Ah, okay.
Yeah. People are like, why the hell do you have a rat on your leg? It's a long story.
Championship tattoo. That's why.
That's right.
That's the mark of a champion. That's why.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I got to go to bed. I got a lot of shit to do. But hey, this was great. We got over 12,000. Let me see if anybody pulled their subs real quick. That happens too.
Oh, wait, what? No.
Nope, it happens. Like you'll get somewhere and then you look an hour later and 4 are gone. You're like, that's what happens.
You bastards.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting for Modine to subscribe. Modine, I don't know if you were here earlier when Jeremy figured out how to beat the curse and the football gods, but we have some talking to do. We'll let you know later. If you didn't hear it, we have to sit down. We must talk.
And it's iron proof.
It's going to require your participation. It's tight. It's tight. But with that all said, Jingle Dubs teaches science. That's good. I like that. Jingle Dubs. I didn't know that about you. I like that. Gunny, you got anything big coming up? You got a big thing you want to tell everybody about?
Yeah, so I'm actually kicking off my live stream starting next week. It's official. It's going to be hanging out with Gunny in the hangar, right? I've been working on it for a little while now. I decided that the off season is the best time to get it going because I get to start off all positive. You know what I'm saying? All about the hopes and dreams of what we can be. So that's kicking off next week. I'm aiming for either Monday nights or Tuesday nights. I'll be putting it on Twitter and whatnot, and you'll see it pop up on my channel. And I also got my New York Jets fan exit interview video in the works. I've got some editing to do that I'll be dropping probably on Saturday night. But, you know, the coaches had their exit interview. The players had their exit interview. From a New York Jets fan perspective, I've got my own interview being dropped. I think you'll find that entertaining. So keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you have that bell pop so that way you can see it when it pops up on your feed.
All right, there it is. So Gunny's breaking into the live stream realm. That'll be cool. Everybody check that out. And Jeremy, what do you got, bud?
We got some videos coming out. Me and this guy, Tony, been doing a lot of quarterback analysis. We're going to do the other positions, just talking about how to draft better players, how to avoid making mistakes. It's more general to football. I mean, obviously, we're taking a Jets perspective. And also in about 2.5 weeks now, we're under 3 weeks countdown to the Senior Bowl. I'll be there with Dom C. We're going to get interviews. We're going to be talking to all the prospects that are there participating at the Senior Bowl. We'll be getting those interviews on this channel, GreenBean. I'm going to be giving all content to him because I'm going down there mainly as a representative of his channel. But of course, I'll have that stuff on my channel as well.
Yeah, and the key thing is, Jeremy, you know you can't walk around in your underwear and shit. Like that's all I ask. Jeremy likes to do that.
I was gonna wear my Jets bikini. I was gonna wear my Jets.
That's
bikini.
Fine. It's just tighty whities. You walk around in a thong. You can wear. You know what I told you guys when we were doing my merch? There were like female underwear. I wanted to make it so my beard was right here. You know what I mean? And it just wouldn't align. I couldn't do it. But yeah, if you did that, just wear your GreenBean Speedos. I'm totally down with that. That's good. That's fine by me. All right. Well, with that all said, we're gonna do a game. What is it? The Bills game on Sunday, Jeremy. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I thought that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, so we'll do the game. We're gonna do a game stream for the Bills. Hey, we know why not? We're gonna watch the game anyway. So let's hang out, and we will see you then. Everybody, have a great Thursday evening and Friday. It is the weekend coming up, so I hope you guys are safe and enjoy. And we'll see you. Where is it? We will see you next time.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, man.
I want to kiss you. Thanks, Joe.
You want to run or you want to duck down? You want to duck, just go over there and get onto the bench and stay there.
You play to win the game.
My message for the fans, we're all frustrated with where we are right now.
Jets, Jets, Jets.